The Australian Ghost Whisperer with Katerina Legato and James Jennings. Hello everybody!
Hi everyone, welcome back.
Now I'm sure a lot of you guys who are listening and watching have pets, or you've had a pet and you love your pets. Everyone loves their pets. And what I want to ask you, Katerina, is do many people actually ask you, where does my pet go when they die? Like, do people want you to get in touch with their deceased pets?
People love their pets as much as they love their children,
Maybe
their
more.
family members. Yes, some do. And so I'm always asked about pets, where do they go? Firstly, I want to say that pets do become part of our heart frequency when we love them, just like we love the rest of our family. So they are in tune and in harmony with the frequency of our heart, and they can feel if they are loved, they can feel if they're not loved, because unfortunately there are people who don't treat their pets so well. But for most people, I know that everybody really loves their pets, and they're so in tune with the heart frequency. Also with pets, they are not afraid of the death process, because most pets, especially cats, I find they're very, very psychic. So they are able to see beyond the 3D realm. Most pets, even dogs, are able to see beyond the 3D. They can see into the spirit realms. Just like sometimes you'll see your pet sort of staring into air. They're perhaps speaking with other pets, with other past pets in the spirit realm. So when a pet passes away, they're able to make the journey into the spirit realms so much more easily than most humans, because humans, unfortunately, a lot of them have so much fear around the death process, whereas animals don't. I always recommend for people, if you have a pet that is obviously needing to be crossed over, that is about to be taken to the vet, it's a good idea, if you can, to have the vet come to your actual home. I know that sometimes vets don't want to do that, but I feel it's really important for a pet to be able to be comfortable as they're getting close to their time to transition. I know they're given that injection that puts them to sleep and sends them to the other side. It's really helpful for a pet to keep it in its own environment where it will feel safe. Now, if this is not possible, that's fine. Please hold your pet close to your heart, and they will actually start to listen to your heartbeat. And the heartbeat is the same frequency of the heartbeat of the spirit world. So that will help them to transition to the other side much more easily. I've asked my guides many times, because as most of you know, I am a huge lover of animals, all animals. I just adore them. And I have asked Spirit to show me what pet heaven looks like. And it is absolutely beautiful beyond what anything I could describe in words. It is a kingdom of pure love, and what I saw was there was like waterfalls, there were oceans filled with beautiful dolphins and whale and the marine life, because they get to go back to their original home, which is the spirit world, where there are beautiful, vast ocean that's so blue. I saw waterfalls. I saw pets like dogs, cats, and they all live together in harmony. There's no where the dog wants to chase the cat or the cat's. No, there's none of that. They all live in harmony because they transitioned into a realm of love. And God truly loves his animal kingdom because he created them. He breathed life into the animals just like he breathed life into the human beings that he created. So there is a very special place in heaven for all the animals, and they all live together in harmony. And it's like the grass is so green and it's so sunny, and all the pets, all the animals just play together, they live together, and it is just a place of pure love. And what happens in the pet kingdom is they are actually able to return into another incarnation if they so choose. So sometimes a cat might get to the other side, or a dog might get to the other side and say, oh, I feel like I want to return. And they have the choice to actually do that. It's just through their feeling that they're wanting to have another experience on earth helps to get that process in place. You can tap into your animal. I know how devastating it is to lose a pet. It's as devastating as losing a family member. Remember that pets actually can really feel and sense and visit you so much more easily perhaps than, again, humans, because that transition process is often so much more difficult. All you have to do is just close your eyes and feel your pet, feel your little precious being from your heart, and speak to it from your heart. Ask it to come in and show itself, or to let you know how they're feeling and how they're going. And often you'll feel their presence around you quite quickly, and you'll feel their joy, or you'll see their little faces, or they are really happy to visit you, because the love that you form with your pets is truly eternal. It's never broken. Pets are often so grateful for the lovely life they've led. I mean, they've looked after. They my pet sleeps in bed with me, so he's under my quilt with me. So they're so loved and and they are so grateful for that relationship that they never forget you, because they understand that you have taken care of them, you've taken them to all those vet visits that they probably hated, but they know deep in their little souls that you have done this through love. So just like when you love a person, when you love your pet, that love is eternal. It never ends. It continues. So all you have to do is think about your pet. If you've lost your little pet, from your heart, feel your little pet in your heart, and you'll feel the presence of your little pet coming in through the spirit realms to be around you and to let you know that they are fine and happy. And they really are. I have gone into the pet heaven so many times, and they are so beautiful. There is every kind of animal that was ever created from the beginning of time, all living together in harmony. And yes, they all the dogs tend to hang around with the dogs, and the cats and the cows will hang around with the cats. So they do tend to kind of, connect with their own little soul tribe, yes. But they live in harmony, they live in peace, and it's like this beautiful, endless forest of trees and nature. And there's this beautiful frequency of love and healing for them. And there's even, I noticed that there's some very elevated, enlightened beings that are looking after the animal kingdom. And they obviously are there to help the new pets that are coming in, or new animals that are crossing over to get settled. So they're so loved and looked after. So please don't doubt or worry that your pet is lost in limbo or anything like that. This very rarely occurs. Pets are very, very intuitive, and they're very psychic, and they're able to see their way through from this realm into the spirit realm quite easily. And often too with pets, especially if you've got a few in the same family, the pets that have died previously will be there for the new ones. And it's like, oh, we're here, come, this is the way. And so such beautiful. I've had a lot of clients that have come to see me that have lost their pets, so they're grieving. They want me to connect, and it's such a beautiful thing. I love those readings because the pets will come and they're jumping around, and they're licking their owner, even though the person can't sort of see that. But sometimes people can feel, they're like, oh, I can feel my pet around me. So they just continue to be joyous and full of love, and they have that choice, like I said, to return into another incarnation if so they choose, or they may stay in the pet heaven. but also your pet might wait for you when you pass away and decide to show up again. Pets are able to go from one reality to the next. So if their owner is passing away, they will sense that, they will feel that, and they might come through and visit and reconnect with you when you go on the other side. So you will get to see your pets again. Absolutely, when you pass away, and be able to, you're always going to be one. I mean, the bond of love can never be broken with an animal or human. Death never separates where there is love. Death just cannot separate where there is love, because we are spirit beings, our animals are spirit beings, and what is spirit made of? Love. And love is the glue that keeps us always connected. And I know that if you've lost a pet, I know how much it hurts and how you would be feeling. But please know that they'll be waiting for you when it's your time to go home. They are there for you. You know, you can ask your pet to come through in your dream state if you want to communicate, or ask your pet to show you their new heaven, their new place of residence, if you like, and you'll find that they will come through for you. And it is just beautiful. It's so lovely. I love animals. I think they're all really divine beings. They all have souls. All animals have souls and spirits. They are all part of God's creation. And they are just such precious beings. They really are.
Mm. And, you know, as humans, we like to talk about unconditional love a lot. You know, like, I unconditionally love this person, or unconditional love is like a term that gets bandied about. But I mean, if I'm being honest, I think the only times that you really truly experience unconditional love are animals. Animals are unconditionally loving.
They do teach unconditional love. Animals do teach.
They do, because they're there for you. They're loyal. They're loving. You know, and who else can you say that about? Like little kids. I think little kids are unconditionally loving until
they grow up and drive you crazy. And you know, your pets will love you back in a way that's so loving and precious.
Yeah, that's it. Like, it's a very particular type of unconditional love. And again, it's almost like you only experience that with animals or children, or, you know, I guess parents unconditionally love their children as well. But it seems like a very pure love. It's like, it's,
well, animals are so
form.
innocent. They're not born with all the baggage that we as humans bring into our incarnations. We often bring a lot of baggage from a previous lifetime into the new lifetime, and we've got to work through it, and we've got to sort of resolve and heal. Animals don't have all that baggage. They're quite raw in who they are. They're quite organic in who they are. And they don't come into incarnations with all the baggage. So they're just ready to kind of get on with their lives and experience the 3D realm. And they're quite happy to leave when the time's up. And pets will often, as you know, if pets will get quite sick, they're like, no, I'm happy. I need to leave this avatar. I need to go back to the spirit world. And so they're quite happy. They're quite comfortable and at peace with doing that.
I've read different accounts of the spirits of pets. So I've read that all animals are just animal spirits, and they stay animal spirits. You know, and humans stay as human spirits. And then there's also, you know, you hear people say, oh, next life I want to come back as a dolphin, or whatever, like I want to come back as an eagle or something rad. What's your viewpoint on that? Like, animal spirits, can humans actually reincarnate as an animal? Is that even possible?
Okay, so if as a human you're really choosing to come back as a pet, as an animal, as a bird, as an eagle, whatever, your spirit is free to experience whatever you choose. If you will it and want it enough, yes. People tend to see animal consciousness as much lower than ours, but it's not lower, it's just different. Animals are again part of the natural kingdom, and they're quite happy to continue like I said, their experiences, whether they're here, whether they're in the spirit realm, they're so connected to themselves, and they're experiencing themselves in the different realities. Also, there are animal kingdoms in other planets and within other species also. So they often, might say, okay, I'm done with the earthly lives. I might go and experience life as a Palladian, as an Arcturian. So they actually are able to ascend. Pets can ascend, animals can ascend, their consciousness, their spirits can ascend, and they can go into other realities, other dimensions, other planets.
Okay.
Yeah, there is a species of ETs that are part cat, and I just can't think
feline,
of feline, species. So they can often ascend themselves and choose to have that experience on one of those planets. So again, I feel like
I actually saw one of those.
The
Lyrans,
I'm so bad. I'm so sorry. I can't remember. But yeah, there are different ETs that are kind of look like, half sort of. They've got the face of like a lion or the face of a cat. So again, I just feel with the spirits and the souls of animals is that they are, they're just so pure and beautiful and I just think that they don't struggle with having a different experience if they choose to have a different experience.
Okay. I want to circle back to what you said about cats earlier, because cats in particular, I swear, every cat I meet, you're like, you can see something. They
can.
You can just
Incredibly
tell.
psychic.
The whole vibe of cats is they are seeing things that you cannot see. And
well, in the Egyptian times, in the ancient Egyptian times, cats were held in high regard as seers of the past, seers of the future. So cats are incredibly psychic. I think most animals are very intuitive, again, because of their pure nature. They can feel. Look, cats will often, and I'm sure all of you guys who have cats at home, you get certain people come over to visit and they're quite happy to sort of be around or be patted or touched with. Other people will come and they'll just go and hide and be. So they can feel the vibration and energy of people. They can, they go off that frequency of that person, whether they like that person. Does this person feel nice, or this person doesn't feel so good? They are very intuitive, highly psychic. Cats are just amazing.
I was just reminded about a conversation that I've had with friends before about whether you're a dog or a cat person. Now, I don't mean if you're a person who likes dogs or you're a person like cats. I mean your personality. So what I mean by that is, like, some people, if you're a dog person, this is what I think. A dog person is the kind of person they'll run up and lick your face and be like, I love you, let's play. Like really affect. Like, I'm a dog person, right? I'm an embarrassing, slobbering Labrador. Like, that's what I'm like. Yeah. But some people are like cats. They're kind of like, I'll come and sidle up to you when I feel like it. If I don't want to, stay away from me. Like, some people have got a cat vibe and a dog vibe. You know what I'm saying?
It's personal preference.
What are you?
I'm a cat person, but I also but I love dogs too. I mean, oh gosh, I go to house clearings and their dogs are just jumping all over me, and I just love them. But I also feel that sometimes our pets choose us also, that they will, in their incarnation, it's like they already know that somehow they're going to find you as their kind of, adult, as their human parent, as their human family. Because I remember finding my cat in the most unusual way, and I felt like he found me. And I think a lot of you might sort of feel like, this cat just showed up to my house, or someone just, this pet just showed up in my life. They often find us. They're very smart that way. I think we don't give them enough credit, but they are incredibly smart and intuitive, and I think they do. I think most of the time choose their human owners.
I mean, I know you're very, very close to your cat. Like the bond that Kat has with her cat is like...
Yeah, but we speak intuitively through our emotions, and that's I think the language that pets really recognize is that intuition, that love, that energy. Yeah.
See, as a dog human, I've always gravitated towards dogs and not so much cats. But hopefully, this is a sign of maturity. I've come to love cats as time's gone on, because I can I'm like, okay, I respect your vibe. You like to do your own thing. If you want a bit of affection, you'll let me know. That's cool. But like, I find that humans very much take on one quality or the other.
Yes.
Yeah.
But then there's people who have cats and dogs.
Oh yeah,
and
yeah, for sure.
They've got canaries and they've got a whole bunch of things going on.
Yep.
It's quite beautiful. I think that pets bring so much joy to the family. I feel like pets are so healing. I've many times have seen, people that are not well and their pets will just sit with them or lay with them, and I think they're just incredible beings. They're just such beautiful, pure beings. Animals are I just love animals. I remember many years ago going to an animal sanctuary and just looking into their eyes, and they absolutely have souls and spirits. They're feeling, they're emotional beings. They do feel, and they do have emotions.
And that's probably like, just to reveal a bit of personal information about us. So Katarina and I are vegan, and that's the reason why. Is because we realise that all animals have emotions and feelings and spirits, and
they're the most incredible, beautiful, gentle beings. And I feel they're here to share this planet with us, and hopefully, one day everybody will come to understand that. Yeah. Nobody actually wants to get eaten. We don't need to do this.
No.
We don't need to create the havoc that we have created on this planet. And these animals are forcibly mass-produced on this planet. They're not being put here by the Creator. They've been...
Yeah, they've been bred into existence.
Yeah, which is sad. And those types of animals do struggle to cross over because they die under such horrific conditions. So that's where that's very sad, and I can honestly tell you that I have helped many of those souls to cross over, because their death is so horrifying and horrific, as are the life and the moment that they're bred into existence. It's not kind and it's not loving. I think I think as a humanity we need to, move beyond this and know that you can be super healthy on fruits and vegetable, nuts and grains, which we have been for many, many years. I'm the healthiest I've ever been.
Yeah.
But it's an unnecessary massacre of animals that, and there's so much sickness. I think it speaks for itself. There's so many cancers and diseases, and yes, stress does create, but I do believe in being a spiritual healer, 30 solid years, I can say that probably 80% of sickness and illnesses are caused by diet. And all this processed food, all this meat and salts and eggs and dairy, it's not healthy, and it's not good for the planet, and it's not good for the animals. They don't, they shouldn't need to go through such suffering.
Yeah.
So, and they do end up in the same pet heaven as with the rest of our pets, so that it's not that they're treated any differently by God once they do get to the spirit world. They absolutely are there with our pets. So I'm sorry, but I know many of you may not want to hear that, but that's the truth.
Yeah.
They're not separated. It's not like God goes, oh, you're a cow and you've been murdered, so you're a pig and you've been murdered, so you go somewhere different. No. God loves all animals equally because He created. God is the Creator. He's created. So, of course, God loves all creation. Okay.
Yeah, and I would say as well, it doesn't make a ton of sense for humans to kind of choose, okay, you get to be a pet, but you get to be food. It doesn't...
It's just programmed. We've been programmed to just turn our hearts off to a cow and turn our hearts on to a cat and a dog. It's just programming that's been deeply embedded. And, we all know that the dark side has such a hold over humanity, and there's so many programs that are causing us to sometimes make decisions that are not for the highest good of ourselves and the planet. So the dark side, this is Loosh. All the screams and the emotions that come from the slaughterhouses actually feed all these dark realms, all these dark creatures, the demonic, the reptilians. That is Loosh for them. They feed off emotion. And that's the kind of emotion they need, the suffering, the emotion of suffering, animals and human to actually feed themselves. So that would be a nice way of turning off that Loosh for them, where we stopped murdering animals and we just all radiated love. That would help a lot with getting rid of the darkness on this planet.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah. So, and I'll just point out that Katerina's cat must have known we were talking about him, because he started knocking on the door.
Wanted to come in.
And he's now sitting here in front of us, so he knows. See, they're psychic.
He thought he'd come in and hold space for us.
Exactly.
And hold space for the sacred animal. All animals are sacred, just like we are. We are sacred beings. Animals are sacred beings. We're all, nature is sacred. We're all sacred, and we're all here to experience love and sacredness as God would choose us to. Yeah,
absolutely. And I mean, look, life, I get it. Like, life can be really difficult. Life can be hard. And as a result of that, I think a lot of us have learned to kind of like sometimes turn our empathy on and off like a tap. It's like my empathy can go here, but it's not going to go here. Like, we kind of choose where to put our empathy. We choose when to engage with it. Whereas, if you want to be an evolved spiritual being who's actually looking to ascend and actually activate all of your spiritual gifts, you need to have that empathy all the time. You need to start looking around and seeing the truth of, humanity, which is that we're all the same. Doesn't matter about skin color or gender or sexual orientation. I think we're all the same. And the same goes for animals, like, they're different to us, but they have emotions, they experience love, fear, joy. They love their children, they pine for their children, and they're devastated when their children get taken away. It's all the same.
It's painful. It's a lot of pain that we don't really need.
Yeah.
But anyway, something for you all to think about.
Yeah.
And if there's amazing. There's if you want to watch Dominion, they're great documentaries. Earthlings, another amazing documentary that you might want to watch, and I think that will really help for you to have a better understanding.
There you go.
Of what goes on behind closed doors when it comes to the animals that are bred for these purposes.
Yeah. So we all love our pets and they bring us a lot of joy, but it's time to sort of maybe start extending that love to all animals.
Yeah.
Because
give it a try.
Give it a try. Give it a shot. All right. Well,
lots of love to you all, and know that your pets are never separate from you. They're always connected to you and your heart, and they will love you forever, just like you will love them forever.
Yeah, that's lovely. And do you know what? I've heard stories about people as well who they've felt the presence of their animals. Like, they're like, I just felt like a cat brush up against me, or or the dog jumped on the bed. Like, they can still sort of feel them around sometimes. So
they will tend to drop in and visit their owners to make sure they're okay. Sometimes they may cross over and think, I could pop in and make sure they're okay. So your pets want to know, they don't want to see you grieving, because they're quite happy and they're quite at peace with the whole transition, and they know they're going to see you again.
There you go.
So you will get to see your pets again.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
lots of love to you all. Have an awesome day wherever you are.
Yeah. Thanks, Kat. That was very illuminating. And thanks for checking us out. We'll see you again next time.
Bye.
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 To gain access to private spiritual development classes, guided meditations, and live Q&As with Katerina, please visit www.patreon, that's patreon.com/The Australian Ghost Whisperer.